Hey, what is going on, guys? Pineapple Sway here. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a small update for the Episode 9 mod for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. If you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing. Trying to hit 4,000 subscribers, so I don't know when we're going to hit that, but that's the current goal. But let's talk about the more important thing, and that is the Episode 9 mod. A lot of you guys have been asking and messaging me, when's an update for the Episode 9 mod? When's Episode 9 mods coming out? And trust me, guys, I do have some incredible stuff that I want to share with you, but the creator has asked me to not share a big part at this current time and just sort of save it, which I honestly I respect his wishes, and I'm gonna do that. And when he says hey, I'm ready for you to share it, then I'll share it to you guys. So thought I would at least be able to provide you guys with a small update, sort of a progress report, so people can understand where the mod currently is and where it currently stands. And in case you guys are new here and you're wondering what the Episode 9 mod is, it's basically a mod to give Suicide Squad its full intended, original year one slate of content. Since this game was originally slated for the year one content to at least have 6 seasons, and the Episode 9 mod is going to restore that in some capacity. But let's get started. Let's talk about some small things first, starting with cut content that will be featured in the mod. And obviously this is small stuff, so just bear with me, but I still think it's cool to share and to give you guys a little bit of a progress report. Unique loading screens for episode 4, 6, and 8. I'm not exactly sure what this means. I think it's just because, those episodes are a bit strange, to say the least. Like, episode 6 is just a reused episode of all of the old gear. Same thing with episode 8, because I'm pretty sure Libra wasn't supposed to come out for episode 8. Libra was episode 13, or episode 10, episode 13. I'm not exactly sure. I'm kind of unfamiliar with that. And then, obviously, unique loading screen for episode 4 as well. Unused weather effects will be added, such as a fire weather effect and a craze weather effect. A Parasite Notorious SMG, so new gear, and restored visual effects for certain gear, like the Turtle Still Force shell effect for his weapon. And a really cool thing that the developer wanted me to share is, one of his favorite things. He's planning on adding previous episodes' notorious melees for all characters, since the notorious melees are like glitched and not all characters have their respective melees. But he's going to find a way to fix that and make sure that when this mod releases, they'll have all of their melees, basically. Since I'm not really sure, what's a good example, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about if you've played the game. Just in terms of missing gear and missing, especially melee gear, for certain characters. Now, also to say, what will the episode be titled? What will the episode be called? Obviously, I'm on the game right now. I haven't moved an inch, but as you can see, episode 8 there's balance, episode 7 control, so on and so forth. You get what I'm talking about. So episode 9 will be titled Assassin, and you're probably wondering, Assassin, who will be the featured Infamy set, since they all have set infamous characters. The episode 9 mod will feature none other than Ra's al Ghul to be the featured character for the episode 9 infamous set. And notorious weapons will include, at this current time, however this is subject to change, General Zod, Plastique, Count Vertigo, and Electrocutioner. However, like what I said, this is subject to change. This could be something else entirely when the mod does officially release. And that's really about it. And then some other stuff too, such as quality of life updates, such as fixing the missing crafting recipes, and so on and so forth. And he says that there are some possibilities that might go beyond the scope of what he can do, but he's going to try his best to make this a really good mod so everyone can enjoy it. And also too, even brought up the possibility of preparation, since there is a lot of cut content that wasn't used. for an episode 10 mod. I said there was a scenario where, it might just be episode 9, but we might get episode 9 and episode 10. And it seems like from what he has talked about that episode 10 is a strong possibility, which will release episode 9 first, obviously, and then episode 10. However, I don't know who the infamous character would be for episode 10. I have my theories. I would have to assume it would be Doomsday or Sinestro, since those were the characters that were in the files for those specific episodes before, obviously the game, before everything went south, if we'll say that. So, also too, some good news is the mod will also release a lot sooner than anticipated. Originally, he was telling me sometime between fall of this year, or maybe even later this year. However, due to some changes that I can't say at this current time, he's able to really get this mod ready to go and release relatively soon. I don't have a specific date for you guys at this current time, but trust me, it is going to come out soon, and soon we'll have beta testing and so on and so forth, and then hopefully, everything will run smoothly, so this will be a cool mod for people to enjoy on the PC version of the game. And one last thing, from what I understand, this will release first on the Epic Games version and then be ported over to the Steam version. Now, I am not familiar with any of that stuff, so if you ask those questions about how that stuff will work or how to download it, I'm not really sure at this current time. I can't answer that. However, when it does release, I will probably post a video of how to download it for the Epic Games version and the Steam version, since that stuff can get a little confusing. However, once you figure it out, it's not super complicated. But that's really about it. That's a small update I have to provide for the episode 9 mod. I wish I could share a lot more with you guys, but don't worry, this mod is moving quick. It'll release soon, and everything is going good, so no need to worry. In case you guys were getting a little worried that the mod has kind of just been forgotten about, it hasn't been forgotten about. The developer is hard at work, and obviously we just got to respect his time and respect his wishes, and understand that he's just like us. He's just a fan of the game that really wants to just share this with people, and that's really about it. And just bring a fun experience for people to enjoy. And we got to understand that this is a one-person job, so it's just one person working on this. So as I like to say, we're gonna give him some time and we're gonna let him cook. So that's really about it. When the time comes, he did bring up, I mentioned in the past, the roadmap and, beta testing. When that does come, I will share that immediately and, have that ready for you guys when the time comes. I don't know, but yeah, the episode 9 mod progress is moving smoothly, and that's really about it. Anyways, though, this is Pineapple Sway. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the mod, feel free to drop them down below, and I will answer them to the best of my capabilities. Like what I said, I'm not really a genius when it comes to this stuff. I'm kind of just the messenger. So, yeah. Anyways, though, Pineapple Sway. Peace out.